Today is Friday, September 21st, 2018. Yesterday will mark 30 days from the day doctors had deemed my sister clinically brain dead. On August 8th, 2018, my sister suffered an allergic reaction from a dessert purchased here at Whole Foods in Markham. Japanese mochi, a dessert that's typically made of glutinous rice and ice cream. A dessert she's had numerous times before, but never from Whole Foods. Mochi is brand new to the Whole Foods Canadian market. It's been in the US for a long time and has seen great success. Posters and advertising for the mochi in Canada make it clear that this is a brand new product and want to appeal to customers. The mochi recipe, however, at Whole Foods offer dairy and non-dairy options. The non-dairy options are made with cashew milk. My sister has been allergic to nuts her entire life. These photos were taken the day after the incident. And while the allergy warnings state that it cannot guarantee traces amounts of allergens, it is a bit of a misdirection if the first ingredient actually is an allergen. On September 11th, I came to this Whole Foods and spoke to the general manager to tell him what had happened. I approached him quite calmly and just explained to him that my sister had purchased the dessert, had eaten it, she was allergic to it, and unfortunately had passed away. They were very empathetic, and I also voiced that their labeling practices needed to seriously be readdressed. The global food safety lead of Whole Foods reached out a few days later. This man is in charge of Whole Foods stores across Canada, the United States, and the UK.
You know, I do know that the ingredients are available there. I know that they're on a little ring, you know, just in the corner of the display. I think that it needs to be directly on each product. As unfortunate as it is, because these allergies exist more and more today, there needs to be more and more signage. You gotta treat everybody like a newbie to this, and you gotta slap it in their faces, because if you don't, the fact of the matter is people are dying.
So as far as the signage, making sure that, you know, that the allergens are called out, they're more prevalent. I think that's a good idea, so we can work towards trying to improve upon that.
And what's your position again?
I'm the Global Food Safety Coordinator.
Global Food Safety Coordinator. And that's for, I guess, the United States and Canada?
Yeah, United States, Canada, and the UK.
And the UK. Okay, fantastic.
As you can see, I voiced my opinion strongly that their food labeling practices needed to be addressed. This started an ongoing conversation with food labeling, with retailers, distributors, and food producers themselves. And while Whole Foods still hasn't followed up from the conversation last week, it's been brought to my attention that some minor changes have been made. Let's take a look. Here it is. So as you can see, they've completely relabeled the vegan options. It now says contains nuts, which it did not say that before. I commend Whole Foods for making this change. It's amazing how much of a difference a few letters can make. They've repackaged and completely readjusted their display. Compared to the last time, the displays are smaller, portion controlled. The dairy options are listed. And again, all of the vegan options have nuts on the packaging. But this is just Whole Foods here in Markham. Was this change made across Canada? Was it made across the US? These photos were taken yesterday in Whole Foods stores across Canada and the United States.
There is literally so many allergy warnings on this mochi thing. Look, there's 4. And look, all of them say nuts on them. All the vegan ones.
It's clear there still needs to be a little bit more consistency. Look, I totally commend Whole Foods for making the changes that they did, but that doesn't mean that the work stops here. Other food retailers, distributors, and food producers need to take this as an example and implement it in their own food labeling practices to protect themselves and to protect the customers that are going to purchase their products. At this point, it really is a matter of life and death.